back, everybody, to the Good Shepard Sports YouTube channel, episode 10. Happy 18th anniversary, Allen Iverson practice rant.
We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
That rant, that was very, very entertaining. It gave a lot of NBA fans a whole lot of ammo to work with in regards and in relation to Allen Iverson. He talked about being a franchise player. Why does he need to sit there and be hounded and bombarded about his practice qualities, his practice habits? This was a guy that was MVP just a season before that, and he was getting grilled by the media for his practice habits. He understands the significance of it, but yet he missed one practice and felt like he was being bullied, attacked, back being pushed against the wall. Wasn't fair to him. That's not what his legacy should be. When we think of Allen Iverson, a lot of people are going to go and play that very same clip you heard 30 seconds ago about his practice habits, and it's so not fair because I, along with I hope all of you, remember Allen Iverson for something so significantly more. And when I think of Allen Iverson, I think along the lines of Kobe Bryant. And the way Kobe Bryant described AI was it was like facing a shark. He needed to study, this is no joke, he needed to study sharks in order to adequately be prepared to face off against Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson may be, pound for pound, the greatest competitor, the greatest warrior we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. He was incredible from a ball handling standpoint, getting into the lane standpoint, putting those floaters off the glass against the 7-footers, 7'1", 7'2" guys. This guy was the shortest MVP in league history. He was also the shortest scoring title champion in league history. By the way, didn't just win one, didn't win two, didn't win three. He won 4 scoring titles at 6 feet. The only 2 guys synonymous with greatness in the NBA in terms of surpassing the 4 scoring titles, Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. That's the kind of company Allen Iverson kept himself with. He's 6 feet, folks. He's not supposed to be doing this. But that wasn't just it. What I remember Allen Iverson for, and a lot of you guys and a lot of you ladies know this too, is the Tyronn Lue step over game. It was game 1, 2001 NBA Finals at Staples Center. At that particular time, the Lakers were unbeatable, looked unstoppable. In the Western Conference Finals, they were beating the Spurs by more than 22 points per game. That was a Spurs team that was the #1 seed in the Western Conference that year. Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Not a bad dynamic duo if you ask me. But the Lakers made the Spurs that season look like they belonged in a JV basketball league. So along comes the 76ers with an older Dikembe Mutombo and no other superstars to name of except for Allen Iverson. He goes into their house, into the Lakers' house in the NBA Finals, and was the only reason why the Lakers don't go undefeated in the postseason in the 2001 playoffs. He dropped 48 points, and the step over Tyronn Lue is what is most notably prominent for that particular game. Allen Iverson dropped 48 points against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers-led team. No one, with the exception of Jordan and LeBron, in the last 40 years has eclipsed that point total in the NBA Finals. But it wasn't just the NBA Finals. Over 70 postseason games, the guy averaged 30 points per game. That is more than anybody else outside of Michael Jordan. The guy was also top 10 in steals per game, also more career assists per game than Walt Clyde Frazier. I'm just saying, I'm going to throw that in there to really honor and recognize the greatness that is Allen Iverson. You don't get that good, the numbers that I just laid out for you, without being an all-time great player. You do not become an all-time great player without having the necessary background and preparation in order to attain that. Allen Iverson was so relatable. He was box office. He was so commercialized, but it was organic. He wasn't a star that people really didn't, understand. He was genuine. He was organic. You wanted to be like Iverson. He spearheaded the hip-hop influence into the NBA in the 1990s. He was charismatic. He was a guy that let his guard down. He was vulnerable with the media. But I can't say it any better than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant obsessed about competing against Allen Iverson more than any competitor, including Michael Jordan, that he has faced off against. I can't think of a better compliment in terms of the legacy of Allen Iverson than a guy like Kobe Bryant saying, in order to prepare for AI, I needed to observe sharks. Now, the only time I'm observing sharks is if I'm watching the movie Jaws. I recommend you see Jaws. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. You can't go wrong. Anyways, Allen Iverson, happy 18th anniversary to you. We're talking about practice, Rant. Not the game, not the game. Yes, that Rant, you shouldn't be known for it. You're the ultimate warrior, ultimate competitor, a guy that was box office, organic with who he was as a person. And maybe your career didn't last as long as we would have liked, but it's because of your tenaciousness, your aggressiveness in getting into the lane. And so your body didn't age like a Dirk Nowitzki or like a Vince Carter because of the pounding you put on your body. But make no mistake about it, Allen Iverson and practice absolutely went together. You don't become that good without practicing your ass off. Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in. Next episode, we're going to talk about The Last Dance, episode 7 and episode 8, and what the main takeaway of that is. I got news for you. One of the guys in that particular episode I'm going to be talking about is Michael Jordan. But the other guy is someone that you may have never heard of, and why it ultimately allowed those Bulls to three-peat. You're going to want to tune in next. Thank you for watching. Comments below. The question I have for you, how will you remember Allen Iverson? Is this practice rant a part of his legacy? Yes or no? And is he the greatest little big man to ever play this game? I threw a lot at you. I'm going to say it one more time. Is Allen Iverson the greatest little big man to ever play in the history of the association? Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe.